don't think I've ever been more excited in my entire life to not play a video game. It is 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more videos. In today's topic, we are talking about Watch Dogs 2 and an update for the game that I've been doing kind of for some upcoming video games like Mafia 3. But we're talking about Watch Dogs 2. So this series has had a very bad history with me. I've had a very bad experience with the Watch Dogs series. I literally made a video series about games that did not deserve a sequel, and two of Ubisoft's own games had made it on that list. One of those was Watch Dogs, the other was Assassin's Creed Unity. But we're talking about Watch Dogs here. So I just got done seeing about 27 minutes of gameplay, and I'm tired, not from the day, but from the videos. It looked boring. The gameplay looked boring. I was like, am I in detention? I can't believe at how boring they made some of the gameplay aspects. For instance, the drone. The drone looks good. The drone actual like flying and stuff, that looks good. The problem is that it's boring. It's like I hate how games just don't do this. Or more specifically Ubisoft games, they don't do this. Take Batman Arkham Knights, or take the Batman Arkham series, for example. The first game, Arkham Asylum, straight out the gate, they gave you the cowl vision that allowed you to see enemies even if they were through walls because, their heat signatures or whatever, right? This game doesn't do that, and the worst thing is that it looks like it has a feature like that, like the vision of the drone kind of looks like it's the vision in the cowl, but it doesn't detect heat signatures. And I'm like, it would just make the game a lot easier, and it would just exclude this entire part with the drone. But of course, that would make the drone pretty useless if you could just pop it up and with one press of a button just see where all of these heat signatures are. It's annoying, but it forces you to use the drone a lot. The driving looks the same, which I'm not happy to report. If you remember, the driving was pretty terrible in the last game, even though Watch Dogs started out as a driving game. But it looks exactly the same. The hacking while driving looks the same. The hacking overall looks the same. And that's a disappointment because Ubisoft at E3 was kind of hyping up the difference in hacking. And I really didn't see any here. And that's terrible for the game. The game does not look good right now because everything looks like it's Watch Dogs, the first one. And that's unfortunate because if it looks exactly like the first game, then it's going to have the same problems that the first game had, and it looks like it hasn't fixed any of those first problems. The games that the problems with the first game. And you want to know the most interesting part about this game, right? The 20 the 27 28 minutes that I saw, because one was like a 15-minute video, the other one was like an 11-minute video, is that during the E3 trailer there was so much parkour involved, and in this trailer I think I think the only parkour that I saw was when he was going out of a window, and I was like, well, you hyped it up for that much, and it seemed like the parkour animations were decent, but that's not something that you showed off 3 months after E3. That worries me, right? That one of the main aspects that they advertise at E3 is not in the game trailer, the 27 minutes that they had just released, right? That worries me, right? It also worries me that the driving hacking is the same, right? The developer Ubisoft, I should just say that. More specifically, the game director, he was talking about this in the last game, how they didn't think that it was useful to use guns in Watch Dogs because you had all of this hacking at your disposal and that was your gun. Unfortunately, again, the hacking looks the same. Like, the only things that you can hack really when you're on the street is the street lights and other vehicles. And the way that you can influence other vehicles is that you can actually take control of them. I think if your vehicle stopped, but you can also make them swerve out of the way. So that way, it's kind of like you have an ambulance or police siren at your fingertip. And that's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, all right, that's it. But the most annoying thing is that the streetlight hack works again, and it's like in the first game it shouldn't have worked because and this game trailer is a great example of how dumb the street lamp or the street light, not street light, the stoplight hack is broken, and it's dumb. The main character Marcus was stealing a van for some unknown reason. I think it was to get some piece of technology that just hasn't shown why it's relevant. But he's driving through the streets. The cops are pursuing him. More specifically, one cop is pursuing him. And he's driving, and he's constantly spamming over and over and over again the street light hack. And every single time the cop kind of just stutters and stutters and stutters. And there's no cars, by the way, on the street. And again, I'm not making this up. This shows exactly how bad the game looks right now. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, or it's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's really no cars in these intersections, and it's working like a charm. It's working almost as good as it would if it was midday, right? And it's like, this doesn't prove anything. The cop shouldn't be stopping. You shouldn't lose the cop. He's in a cruiser. He's pretty much in like a Dodge Challenger, right? And you're in you're in like a delivery van with a bunch of crap in the back of it. So he's in a car meant for pursuing. The cop is. And you're in a van that's meant for transporting shit. You're not going to escape in a van like that. And this is one of the problems that I had with Watch Dogs, the first game, is that the hacking doesn't make sense when you actually think about it, right? And it's not looking good, the hacking. There are some stuff that is good. The difference in enemies. There's one really different enemy. I literally try to think if there was something like this in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I don't think so. But there was an enemy that could call other enemies, right? That could pretty much call for reinforcements. That's a good change. Whether or not this is the only change, I don't really know. But it seems like they're trying to add in some enemy variety so that way you don't fight the same grunts over and over and over again. And apparently you can loot glove boxes. That seems pretty good to me, or that seems pretty cool depending. Like, it would be interesting if you looted like a glove box of a really expensive car and you got something cool out of it. I don't know. But there seems to be a problem with the audio where there are some pop-ins of the combat audio where the music is supposed to hype you up and is supposed to get you excited for the fight instead of this kind of just melancholy tone. But it's something that's very prevalent in all of Ubisoft's games where the audio is either late, it's either early, it's never really smoothly transitioning from exploration or from the open world to the combat, and that's very unfortunate because it's very prominent in this game. What else? The hacking buttons seem a little bit different. Instead of it just being square, 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 it's now for camera control, like if you were in the drone or if you were in a camera, how you switch between the drone and the camera. It seems to be square, but for most hacks it's L1. So in the long run, it doesn't matter. It's just something that seems very good. But one of the most important things that I think that Ubisoft is doing that's very unfortunate is mechanically they're doing the same things, right? If you remember with the Division a couple of years ago when it was at E3, I do, of course, there was this tablet control with the game. How there were four people playing the game, and a developer was on I can't believe I said an iTunes, an iPad, and they were flying a drone and they were supporting their allies and yada yada yada. It looked cool, but in the final product, nowhere to be found at all, because I got rid of that because they found out that it was absolutely stupid, because they had used it, by the way, in Watch Dogs. And in Watch Dogs, it was pretty poorly received because, again, it was stupid. And it seems like the new flavor, or the new game mechanic of the day is, unfortunately, drones. Watch Dogs 2 is doing it, and now Tom Clancy's whatever Warfare, whatever the fuck it's called, is now doing it. So Ubisoft Watch Dogs can't even come up with its own mechanics. They have to be bundled together with other games. Literally, the title of Watch Dogs 2 should be called Ubisoft Cannot Be Bothered. They cannot be bothered to listen to fans. They cannot be bothered to do things that fans have wanted them to do. They cannot be bothered to make a good game. I'm a little bit annoyed with the audacity that Ubisoft has to just put up crap year in and year in. And it's like, okay, they were like, we're going to take a break from Assassin's Creed. We're not going to create another game. We're not going to create another Assassin's Creed game, but we still got to make money. What's an IP that really sucked and is now, and it is in the development of making another game, right? Oh, Watch Dogs. We should now put that game in 2016 and delay Assassin's Creed Syndicate, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called, that was slated for this year, because Assassin's Creed Syndicate and sucked sales-wise, so now they have to shift it 2 years in the making because nobody wants to play Assassin's Creed. But now we're going to try and create some sort of hype for Watch Dogs 2. And literally, at E3, the game, it looked like the final product, which was trash. It looked terrible. And everybody who saw the game was like, okay, this is what the final product should look like. Now Ubisoft isn't bullshitting us. But at the same token, it's not something to be desired. It's not like this game actually surprised anyone. It's not like it actually was like, oh, this game looks pretty decent, right? No, it looked like shit at E3. It looks like shit now. And the worst thing is that Ubisoft is like, take our shit and run with it. Take our shit, take it all, buy it all. We don't care. We're in it for the money. And Mafia 3 is coming out in 2 weeks. And it looks decent. It looks like people have put in the time, put in the hard work, put in the effort to really make something that fans of the series can properly enjoy. And I just had to sit through 27 minutes of Ubisoft's crap. I'm speechless. Put me in a room with these people. I'll set them straight. I will set them straight. I swear to you, put me in a room with these people. I will set them straight. They need a good ass kicking, and I'm the one to do it. I can't go on any further. I'm sorry. It's been 24. Please remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. For the love of God, not buy Watch Dogs 2. It looks bad. 2 months before its release date, it looks bad. I'll leave you with this. Don't buy Watch Dogs 2. I need to do something fun. I hope you have a fantastic night, a fantastic day. I don't want to end the video, but I need to. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day.